Let me ask you something. Do you think it's even possible to still make good money from stock photography, even when so many people are giving their photos away cheap or even free? Well, what if I told you it's not only possible, it's easier than you might think. If you've been trying to sell your photography online for any length of time, or if you're just getting started and still exploring your options, you've almost certainly seen the race to the bottom that's currently going on in mainstream stock photography. It's become a battle of the titans to see who can give your work away the cheapest. It works fine for these big stock libraries because they're moving such a high volume of images, but for the photographers it's a surefire way to go broke. The good news for you is you do have other options. In fact, we've even found a way to beat the free and cheap image libraries, but we'll come back to that later. First up, you need to believe one very important fact. The demand for quality images has never been higher. These days virtually anyone at all can be a photo buyer, and their appetite for new images is almost insatiable. Even more importantly, many of them aren't the bargain basement shoppers that the mainstream stock libraries would have you believe. Many will pay fair and reasonable prices for high quality images when you approach them the right way. So if you take nothing else away from here today, remember this. You don't need to give your work away for peanuts or give up your rights to make a go of stock photography. You do need to take a different approach though. The mainstream stock libraries won't tell you this, but the days of just submitting images and waiting around for the money to roll in are long gone. Top photographers at even the biggest stock libraries now struggle to make consistent sales using this traditional passive business model. So what I'm about to share with you is a new approach that's evolved to work in the current market conditions. It's not what you'd consider traditional stock photography, but it's working right now for hundreds of photographers in every field you can imagine. GlobalEye takes a unique whole business approach to selling your images online. We're built around a stock library platform, much like any other, but what we offer goes far beyond simple stock library representation. Here's a quick look at the 6 key differences of the GlobalEye approach and how they can make stock photography a viable business option for you once again. You keep total control over your images. Most stock libraries expect you to happily give your images away at throwaway prices, usually on open-ended do-what-you-like forever licensing, but I believe that's a system that favours only the mass distributor and bankrupts the photographers. Instead, we give you total control over pricing and licensing and the final say on every sale, so you can protect your work and grow your business long term. You get multiple outlets for your work. One proven way to multiply your earnings is to list your photography on multiple platforms, but that means even more computer time for the overstretched photographers, so it's just not practical for most people. So with GlobalEye, you can submit your work just once and we automatically publish it for you across our network of stock photography sites, seriously extending your reach and increasing your exposure without adding to your workload. You pay 0 commissions on your sales. One of the biggest changes in stock these days is that the photographers now do the lion's share of the work, shooting, processing, uploading and captioning images. So we think it's grossly unfair that most libraries are still charging 50% commissions. Some have even increased their commissions as high as 80%, but I won't get started on that one right now. At GlobalEye, we operate on a cooperative basis, sharing our costs through an affordable flat rate subscription, so that you can keep everything you make on every single sale. You have direct access to your clients. After your photos, your next most important asset should be your client list, those proven buyers who need images of the subjects you shoot. But mainstream stock doesn't want you to have this information. It's quite bizarre really, as I can't think of any other industry where it's considered normal to have no idea who your customers are. So at GlobalEye you get total access to your clients and your prospects, so you can go to them anytime you like to follow up after a sale, to offer them new material, to float ideas and to basically generate new business on demand. You also get our proactive marketing tools. The submit and wait approach has stopped working for photographers, but most stock libraries just don't want to hear it. They'll continue to do just fine as long as enough photographers keep on adding new images to their catalogues and then waiting around hoping for sales. Well, that's just not a viable business strategy these days, so GlobalEye offers a suite of proactive marketing tools so you can go hands-on and generate traffic, leads and sales on your own schedule. We obviously do a lot of this for the group, and as much as we'd like to share the sales around evenly, that's just not possible. So instead we give you the tools so you can make things happen yourself. So you're never forced to sit around waiting and hoping for sales to just happen. You also have our content publishing and syndication processes built into your web presence. And this last one is huge. This is a unique process that we've developed that's enabled us to take on the mega distributors, the discount superstores and even the free stock libraries. We've been using it for quite a few years now, and near as I can tell, we're the only ones doing anything like it. And that's fine by me, as this one feature is easily the most powerful tool we offer, and it gives our members a decisive edge over other photographers. Even those top professionals at the biggest, most famous stock libraries on the planet can't compete with this. quite complex to explain, but the good news is our system is designed so that you simply publish batches of your images to our library and then complete a couple of optional super easy steps, and then we do everything else for you. And the results are incredible. With this simple process, you can totally dominate the first page of search results in Google for all your key subjects, so buyers immediately see you as the go-to photographer every time they need those images. It forces them to look at your work first, and often makes the free and cheap libraries all but invisible. This one is quite unique, so we do like to keep the specifics private, but I will show you how you can access the complete strategy and more shortly. Okay, that's really just scratching the surface of GlobalEye, but I hope you're getting a feel for what's on offer here. You get all these tools fully integrated with your own stock library catalogue, as well as a fully optimised and socially connected professional web presence. The end result is a plug-and-play photography business platform that goes far beyond simple stock library representation. I'll encourage you to register below and watch our business presentation to see how it fits together and how each of these tools can generate fresh new leads and sales for your photography business. Once you see how it all works, you can submit a short application after that. There's no risk and no obligation at all, so click the button below to get started. The GlobalEye business presentation is a valuable resource in its own right, so even if you decide GlobalEye is not right for you, I promise you'll still get a lot of great information and simple marketing strategies that you can implement in your own photography business right away. There's even some great photo business ebooks, videos and software in the resource section that you can download and keep either way. Given the current state of the stock photography industry, we believe it's more important than ever that independent photographers like yourself have access to viable alternatives to the mainstream mega libraries, and that you have as much relevant information as possible when making your decisions. So even though places with GlobalEye are limited, I do hope you'll take this next step today. If nothing else, you can then use the GlobalEye package as a benchmark as you explore your other options. If you do decide to come on board, you'll be joining hundreds of other photographers from right around the globe who have been working together for over 15 years now to increase our exposure, reduce our costs and sell more photos. So click that button below and I'll see you on the inside.